Their faces, each one, as I went from room to room, massacred, scarred, old, a look, a tear, a smile in her eyes. I saw hope in their spirit, alive, belief that I was the passing interval of life in this sentence of death, with no way out but to die. Concerned of all those in authority, leaders of worth, who have an honourable record, recognised by all parties, must take these present place to repass before us. Has it? Has the tide turned and we have missed it? Was a point of no return at the weapons inspections, and have we sacrificed it? When it explodes, let the next generation inherit it. Let our children deal with it. I wash my hands of it. Save our face. Take time waits for no man or woman, a truism, if ever there was one. But what? Were we right to fight? Make this one a cripple? Innocent children, limbless, heartless, armless, legless, blind, deaf with no eyes? What will our Maker say? You had no choice. Look what we did with it. A replay. Vietnam all over again. You did not. This mess is not my fault, God. I'm just a little child, a useless, and pointed in this position. I'm out of my depth. In the first place, that I took my salary in the institution, my money. That's how I got into this mess in the first place. Arrogance, lying, role play, self-aggrandizement. I said, instead of step-by-step, dispassionate reasonings, instead of the decisions emotionally based, I asked for a breakthrough, he says. I gave you brains. Why did you not use them? Instead of blowing my children to smithereens and creating mayhem across the face of the human race, which you smite with weapons. So, here we stand with the mace, shed of all grace, a smile on our leader's face. This is our finest hour. Everything goes on. We must be resolute. Make a stand. We have all the power, the know-how. Why are we not able to find a solution? A result? Solve any question? Are results to be sacrificed to endless toleration? Should we appoint a benevolent dictator, resurrect the ghost of Lawrence of Arabia, select a man or a woman who gets things done, who gets a result. Choose a man or a woman who faces, who does not go on and on, telling us we must have patience. Like a broken record, the die is cast. All those who did not hitherto oppose us now oppose us. The peace process, cessation of hostilities, permanent, solve it for the people of the land. What are we fighting for? Profits, they say. My detractors? Trade? I say democracy. And what does that mean? I tell you, an imposition of a monetary system that winds others up in a debtor's prison, with credit cards and assembly lines, making time in endless hours of boredom in factories, doing mindless occupations, paying debts in credit card kingdom, in the marketplace, a new territory of the superstate. That is democracy. That is what was envisaged by Disraeli. Or am I distorting his words? Is that friendly? I visited the asylum. It was safe. It did not move. People were kind. They were divine. They did not have to do. Peace, God, reigned. I stayed. Here I will stay. A boy with green hair. Perhaps you have given it to me as a retreat. For I, to see throughout my days, struggling in the canal of life, her spirit says, I continue to walk through corridor after corridor to see you. I look into your face. I see God in you. Patricia, a trace. The spirit flashes in you. Audrey, brave. Inmates all. Victoria Cross candidates. S.U. Adelaide. 102. Zoe, my protector. The Queen celebrates. Congratulations! The ring has come to you. The soul of God. In gold in your soul, it is there for anyone to see. Who is God in them? The humility to see past their ego and be. The portrait of the world I'd painted, I'd paint. As the surf, the swell comes in, the tide has turned, a release bequeathed with friends. I see. Van Gogh put his painting down. The tormented soul who painted the portrait of the world in swirls of wheat fields and crows, in peace puts the revolver down, History reverses a moment in time. The wheat field and crow, as little boys and girls inherit the earth in their innocence, and the animals. The mask dissolves, the man in the iron stranglehold finds peace outside this circle of hell, this spiral, this holy grail that had pierced my soul. Freud had an explanation. Sex, guilt in childhood repeats a pattern in adulthood, and Jung found a solution in the god that was mythological. Galahad brought himself out of the maze of the Holy Grail, and Arthur raised the sword from the anvil and founded Camelot. But what of today? The world, the boy with green hair, weeps. Perhaps he says we should pave a way, all races, together to save the Holy Grail as a matter of honour. As a matter of honour. Love, wandering in and out of life, wandering in and out of this asylum, this hell, said Patricia's spirit. An echo. On the morning I heard the music, on the morning of the cool world that had been cruel, I looked into her eyes and saw each one had come alive, all. Their eyes had tantalized, each of their bodies, scarred, maimed, blind, behold, began to rise, resurrect, and I found that I, Van Gogh's spirit, the pirate who had been tormented, who had painted the portrait of the world, looked into the mirror and found in my eyes, my own eyes, each intimate of the asylum lunatic insane spirit's eyes twinkled in the revelation that sprinkled dewdrops moist in the love of life that was eternal, hers, indestructible, in the infinite divine spirit of light, of the miracle of the living child. The boy with green hair, David de Pinner, has been dead for many years. He was influenced and inspired by Jules Verne, Robert Louis Stevenson and H.G. Wells. Jack London had an influence, and the life of Errol Flynn. The boy with green hair poems are acknowledged as in title and name, owing a great deal to RKO Pictures, 1948. But The Boy with Green Hair poems are copyright 2015. David de Pinner.